All right.
Okay.
So who do we got today?
Mars.
That's what I thought. Looking good.
Yeah, I found a really good manga panel.
Oh yeah, that does look really cool.
Yeah, with the flaming arrows and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me.
I can't remember. Is it like flare arrow or I forget what the exact attack is called.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, because they all have a few attacks. They get like a new one every season.
Yeah.
They usually have like 2 of them. I think they had 2 of them when they started. Yeah, they have several different things. My favorite one though is when she does like that chanting. That's the coolest part is when she starts chanting and all the shit comes around.
Yeah, with the little like the beads and such.
Yeah, all the symbols and everything. It's
Yeah.
so fucking cool. And it like zooms in on her. The camera's like real dynamic and like zooms in on her hands and everything.
Yeah, I was real tempted to do that move, but it was like kind of hard to fit, so I ended up doing this one.
Yeah. That'd be a lot to draw all the extra things. If anything, I was thinking you'd have done it with it up close because they're doing the hand thing or something.
Yeah.
All the fire, but as long as there's plenty of fire, that's all that really matters.
Mm-hmm.
I'll zoom in on his face while you're starting off.
It's weird. So I posted the poll for Evangelion and Gundam like a while back, but I also posted saying like, oh, what do you guys think's gonna win? On Instagram. Everyone on Instagram was like sure Gundam was gonna win.
Isn't it like 3-0?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know.
Just post an update like y'all are wrong. Pay $1 and go vote.
I did actually.
Did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what I did. I told them like, you seem for all of y'all people who were wrong. You could have stopped this.
Yeah.
You could have prevented this from happening.
You could have turned the bullets into snowflakes,
But
but
you
you didn't.
Yeah. You two could have had me draw Amuro
Yep.
making out with Char. You could have had it.
Okay, sure. That's a little much.
But no, they would definitely
It's a
not.
little much for free.
I mean, yeah. But they didn't pay. So they don't get it.
I mean, I have to pay extra for that.
But think of the thing. I'm trying to think of the possibilities they're missing out on.
Sure, man. Yeah, Isn't it better to, like, have Jamie pay you to have the Gundams make out or something?
It's true. It technically would be, yeah.
Now you could charge a lot more for. First of all, you have to draw fucking Gundams.
Yeah.
After that, now it's sexual, so you obviously got double it. On top of the 1.5 cost of drawing Gundams, so this is gonna be astronomical.
It's true.
In all the right ways. The parts where we get paid. This is looking pretty cool already, actually. I like it. Did you make sure to give her a little choker thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you missed that on the last
Yeah.
on the last one.
It's a little tiny.
Yeah, I thought I saw it there. I was just being an asshole. Likewise.
But yeah, no, I told them instantly, yeah, no, you guys are all fucking wrong.
Right.
I can't believe y'all thought Gundam was gonna beat Ava, but here we are.
I mean, hey, if they want to pay $1.
Yeah. Told them this time now it's Code Geass versus
I saw that
Gurren
Gurren
Lagann.
Lagann.
We'll see how that goes.
That one, I think either one is pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually don't know. It would kind of really well depend on what, the people in the Patreon think.
Yeah, obviously
feel.
depends on them, but
like, cause like it's one of those things though where it's like that those two series are not really like Gundam and Ava are huge and like very divisive in terms of like if you love it, you love it, and then Code Geass and Gurren Lagann, they're not really comparable.
Yeah, I mean they're both just like good shows though.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like they're good shows in the same genre-ish, like
the ish,
like they both have mechs, but like you know.
And they both talk.
I mean,
the
yeah,
indomitable human spirit, but you know.
Yeah, right. It's tough to.
Yeah, it's tough to compare.
Like they're adjacent, you know. I mean, they're there. I feel like if you watched one, you watched the other one.
More than likely, yeah.
More than likely. Just again, like when you be watching anime.
Yeah.
Especially if you watched Code Geass.
Because did Code Geass air on TV?
Yeah, Code Geass aired on Adult Swim. Remember? Because they took the Pizza Hut logos off the boxes.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And that was why I said it was unwatchable. I was like, bro, how am I supposed to fucking watch this with the Pizza Hut logos cut out?
Yeah, because I totally bootlegged that one.
Oh, yeah. No. I watched it when it actually came out in Japanese.
Yeah.
Then I'm pretty sure I was watching, like, R2 week to week. I cannot remember, though. I think there was a point where I had to catch up, and then it was week to week.
Yeah, I could not remember because I was like, I know Gurren Lagann was on TV.
That was on TV?
I'm pretty sure it was.
I actually didn't know that one was on TV.
I thought it was on Toonami at one point, but
it might have been. It might have been on TV. Was it on TV that one time when I saw it? I don't remember now.
I might also just be misremembering when we watched it on a CRTV.
Yeah, I also can't remember because there's like this rapper who does anime stuff, and one of his ones is he's like, oh snap, Gurren Lagann is on. He says something like that, but he's like making a joke about what he said before about Gundam Wing in another song. Yeah, he's like, no, I can't use that again. It was something like that.
I feel like it did air on Toonami.
It probably came on TV. I would not be shocked if it came on TV. I mean, it's like good, so it's a prime like.
Yeah, and it has a dub. So like,
yeah, I know it has a dub. Usually, anything that has a dub was probably on TV. Yeah, well, at a certain point in time.
Was it dubbed by Funimation? Because it might have been on the Funimation channel.
I have no fucking idea.
That might be also
you know I don't know who dubs shit. Yeah. I only know that anything in Shonen Jump is done by Viz more than likely.
Right.
Not everything, but a lot of stuff. Because obviously, like, you know, Funimation does One Piece.
Yeah. No, it's just one of those things where I was like, man, I don't remember if there were anything like specific happening.
Mm-hmm. There might have been.
Yeah.
It probably came on. I don't know. Like, I didn't watch much. I haven't watched anime on TV, you know, unless it was like, we're at a hotel and it was on.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm just trying to, like, get the ball rolling here on, like, what might be the one that gets picked.
Yeah, I don't know. Based on our fans, I have no idea. Could be either one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with either one, honestly.
Same. Yeah, it doesn't bother me either way. It was just one of those like, what would they pick? And because I'm always also like usually popularity or like what things people end up picking are usually based on if they watched it on TV.
Yeah. Which is just funny to think about to me because I watched almost nothing on TV after a certain point.
Yeah.
But I always thought that's what was cool, was that it's like it wasn't on TV and everyone knew it. You know what I mean? Like back then when the internet was still like young.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw
the pre-2014 era, 2012 era,
I saw
that kind of stuff.
A video post. It was like more of a PowerPoint than it was a video, but it was on Insta and it was about a anime convention from 1998.
That sounds fucking hype. I would love to go back in time.
Yeah, and
I'll bet the cosplays were awesome.
Yes, they were. Can you guess what the most cosplayed characters were?
In 88?
In 98.
Oh, I thought you said 80.
No, 1998.
Oh, it was 98?
Yeah,
oh, in 98. That's completely different.
98 in America.
Yeah. No, that's completely different here. 98 now. I have to get back into my mind here. Because this is like... I want to say Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z was everywhere, but like... Damn, what was on TV in 98? Because I'm trying to remember. Let's see, because Pokemon had already been out for a while. DBZ had already been out for a while. Is it something weird that I wouldn't guess without a hint?
It's not like weird, I would say. It's something that you've watched.
It's something I've watched?
Yeah.
Shit, I've watched everything. No, not really. Was it something that was on TV at the time? Or something that wasn't on TV?
I don't know if that's actually aired on TV at any point in time, but
Okay.
maybe some of the movies aired on TV, but I don't know for a fact if the show aired on TV.
Some of the movies aired on TV, but maybe not the show. Huh, that one is really weird. I'm sure it's gonna make sense when you say it, but I can't think of it right now.
The Dirty Pair.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they aired on TV. At best, they would have been on the sci-fi thing.
Yeah, because I think I had a movie on Sci-Fi at one point. That's why I said that.
But they had a comic. There's an American version comic. And yeah, they were just big anyway. So
yeah, so
they've always been a known quantity.
That was one of the more
That's
looking through the PowerPoint. The multiple people were either characters.
Were they Dirty Pair or Dirty? Well, I don't think Dirty Pair Flash was out yet.
No, it wasn't out yet.
I don't know what year that is from, because I watched that. I've seen that in middle school, so it's out sometime around the year 2001 to 2002, but I don't know what year it's from.
Yeah, no, there was someone who was actually cosplaying as the main villain from Nadia.
That's really cool.
They had the full mask and everything with the weird clan hat.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of Vomeros and a bunch of Shaws.
Okay, no, Dirty Pair of Flash is from the really early 90s.
Really?
It just doesn't look like it.
Huh. I would never guess.
It looks like a 90, like you said, 98, and I was like, I would believe it was out then at best, only because I saw it dubbed in 2001.
Weird. I would never have guessed.
I would not have guessed this was from 94 though.
Yeah.
To be fair, I only watched one episode on the DVD and then never watched it again.
Yeah, no, there was no reason.
Because I didn't really like it. I've heard that it's there's people that have watched it before they watched the original one and they said they liked it.
Yeah.
But I just remember I was watching it and I was like, then they got all the battle damage and had no clothes on and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is dumb. Why wouldn't they just if they really wanted this, why didn't they just start with the bikinis like the original one, you know? Just start with the original outfits. Because their outfits look fine. I was like, why did the outfits need to get battle damage like this? They already look cool. They're already kind of, form-fitting and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what was the fucking point in that? No, this is kind of dumb. I can't get into it. Because I had already watched the first one.
Yeah.
Not the episode, not the whole show. I don't think the show was out yet, but the OVAs. The OVAs were already on DVD.
But yeah, no, it was...
the OVAs and then some of the movies. I think some of those movies came out later. But I watched the OVA, the first OVA volume.
But yeah, no, it was really crazy to see all the stuff that was being played, because they had they showed viewing rooms and things like that.
Oh yeah.
And they're watching on big CRTVs.
And they get to watch whatever they want.
Yeah.
They could watch anything bootleg back then.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You can't do that anymore now.
Yeah, it was interesting though. I thought it was cool to see.
Because even when I started, they would watch fan subs at these places.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. I'm pretty sure they don't let you do that.
No, probably not.
Most of it, it's also because some of those companies are sponsors or whatever.
Yeah.
It was so weird. What was that at WeebCon where they were like, you have to have a Crunchyroll membership and show it to us to get into the room? Was that at that one where they were watching the new Demon Slayer?
I did not know. I don't remember it.
I couldn't remember where it was because it was at that center. So it was in that room that the ice one was at.
Yeah.
It was in that building, and there've been a few things in that building, but that was the only one that was good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I'm like, was it at that?
I don't remember this at all, to be honest.
You don't remember it?
No.
Oh man, yeah, no.
I feel like that was just something that when you said that, I was like, man, that sounds so fucking stupid. And
they were like, you have to show us you have a Crunchyroll premium membership or some sort of membership.
That's fucking stupid.
To get in, to watch it. Because it was the new episode for the week or whatever. I'm just like, wow, that's really fucking dumb. Holy shit.
That's really stupid,
yeah. I'm at a con. I'm not... What do I have to... what do you have to take out your fucking phone? And do they have an ID card? I don't know. Is this insurance?
Yeah, I have no
I don't know how it works,
That's wild. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck? I'd understand if it was oh, we're going to put on, Dream Hunter Ram or something.
Yeah.
You know, this basically was gonna be a hentai, you know, and shit like that. You know,
Yeah, that's
like
weird.
yeah, you tell me you're gonna watch like. Oh, we're gonna watch Ninja Scroll, you know, and we want everyone to be 18 and up or something, you know, because it's not at like 4 a.m. for some reason, which is when you should play that at a con. Like, that makes sense, you know, like at the hentai con, where they check your ID at the door, you know?
It's like,
but just for the new episode of Demon Slayer, they're like, you have to show us your Crunchyroll membership. It's just like, man, this is Joel Osteen's 2004 all over again.
Yeah, it's wild.
Fucking wild, man. Fucking wild.
Doesn't make any sense. What the fuck?
Doesn't make any sense, man. I have to have my anime papers on me at all moments now.
It's so weird.
It's ridiculous.
I don't get
Just to watch the anime of the decade?
Oh, yeah.
God, that's still disgusting. It's like, who voted on this? Someone who just started watching anime right now? Like,
I didn't get a vote.
yeah, I didn't get a vote. Yeah, I didn't get a vote. 2, I don't think the last anime you watched in the decade should count like that.
Not really, no. That's just weird.
Again, I guarantee that person is the same person whose favorite movie is the new summer blockbuster every year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there's no way they could ever get better than Transformers 2. It's my favorite movie of all time forever. And then next year they're just like, yeah, they could never get better than Transformers 3, you know?
Hopefully.
Yeah, and now they're just, every Marvel movie is the best movie or whatever, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because there are people that are like that. And like, whatever, you know, I guess if you're
in Marvel films,
insane, you know, it's fine, you know. If that's the only thing you watch, then it's the only thing you have for context. Yeah. So, you know, it makes sense, you know. You know, they're sheltered people, you know. They have very specific sheltered tastes. So they go by that, you know.
Yeah.
Which is fine, you know. It's like the we were talking about last time with the people who watch only shonen and then are like, think it's a monumental concept to have characters who are of legal age in a series. Yeah. You know?
Weird. I don't think I ever looked at how old Maki was, but...
You did. She was like 20 or something.
Oh,
we were talking about Sister Iris.
No,
and she was like 17 and then was 18 by the end of it.
Well, there's Maki and then there's Tamaki.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure you said Maki was like 20 plus.
Yeah, Maki's 20 plus. I don't know about Tamaki. That's the girl that gets groped.
Yeah, the fire cat girl.
Yeah, Tamaki's the one I didn't know actually what her age was.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go look her up real quick. I can't believe the Dirty Pair is from Flash is from 1994.
That's a little weird.
That is so weird. I would have thought this was from like 98.
Yeah. I thought it was from like 2001 to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I only knew it wasn't 2001 because I was like pretty sure I watched it in like 2002 or 2001, and like they normally didn't dub anime that fast.
Yeah.
Over here, it had to be like something really huge and successful. You know, it's like Dragon Ball Z level shit or whatever.
Yeah.
To try to get it out that fast, you know, especially if it wasn't on TV.
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't on TV, it's like a Ghibli film is the fastest thing coming out. You know.
Yeah.
At least that's how I remember it.
No, that's about right.
Because especially, if it wasn't on TV, like, it's going to take a while for it to get dubbed. Let's see, it says age 17 on here.
Okay.
That's just at the top, so.
So at the start of it, probably, then that means, because it takes about a year, 2 years for the story to finish. So. Didn't start out legal, but it got there.
Yeah, you know. Again, you know, depends on the state you're in. Obviously, in the country, you know. I mean, if you're in Ghana, you know, it's totally cool. Don't worry about it.
Actually, yeah, you know.
You know, if you're in, you know...
Japan.
Chad, you know, if you're just in the middle of Africa, it's totally fine.
Yeah. It is funny, though, I was talking with some of my buddies from New York about whether one of them is, like, you know, more into American comics and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asking if he should watch Chainsaw Man. And I was like, I don't know how you feel about it. I will say, though, that that trope that you hate in anime where the guy is constantly trying to grope the girl.
That's like the central motivation.
Yeah. But he at least, you know, is asking for consent.
Yeah. It's at least done in, like, an interesting way, I think.
Well, it's because that's why he hated it. It's because he didn't like how it's just like always the guy is just, you know, actively trying physically to do it as opposed to like, you know, doing it the normal way.
Yeah.
And so Chainsaw Man, I'm like, well, you at least like that part, you know?
Yeah.
He's at least trying to get permission.
Yeah, that's true.
He works very hard for what he's trying to get.
Yeah.
He's got a dream.
He sets goals, you know. He sets goals. So, you know, I just noticed you've been drawing like this, and we don't. Are you gonna go back to the?
I am. I
thing?
just needed to get the.
I wasn't sure because you just kept going.
Yeah, I just needed to make sure that the lines were good.
Were you gonna outline the top fingers some more or no?
I am. I just want to get the fire.
Get the flame.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more of
I saw you do the whole rest of the picture. You know.
Yeah, I just needed to make sure that I got the parts that weren't gonna be covered by fire.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was a good one. Give me the bow. Oh, not that bow. Fucking god damn it. Yeah, that's fair.
Acceptable with fan art.
There's like a little small thing here from the original, but I know that one's gonna just take me directly to YouTube. So. Yeah,
it was like a video. I saw the thing over it. Was that a figure back there though?
That one?
Yeah, that looks like a figure.
Yeah, it is, but I was wanting to, since I used the Sailor Jupiter,
oh, it's a crystal one?
Yeah, so like, see how it like looks like...
Yeah, you're right.
Made out of that clear plastic shit. So I was like, oh, let me go look at this clip from actual original Sailor Man.
You're just gonna want the clip of it.
Yeah, so I'm like, let me just make sure I know what, like, yeah, here we go, like, so... Okay, so it's like more of a red outline. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's how the fire looks. This is a future phone gift now.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. I still want the infinite gif of the vomit into the mouth from that ending.
That ending
was like glowing. Yeah. Dude, Ellen and Sabrina were freaking out.
Yeah, they did not like the vomit aspect, which makes sense. I mean, especially if you're not seeing it coming.
Yeah. It was just really funny to see them just freak out.
Yeah, because I was like, oh man, I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah.
Because like that shit was hilarious when I remember reading it and being like, oh man, this is so dumb. Because, like, it's so funny because, yeah, you know, like, he's trying so hard to get these things and he gets them.
Yeah.
But he always finds them to be, like, not what he wants.
Yeah.
Or, like, it happens to in a horrible fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with this one. The guy's like, I'm kind of jealous of you, man. You can do all these crazy things. Like, bro, my first kiss tasted like fucking puke.
Yeah.
And you're jealous of me?
Yeah. Jealous of me. Yeah. But no, I just thought that was funny seeing them freak out.
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, God.
Yeah, they were like, oh, God. Oh, Ellen was just like, oh, no.
Yeah. Does not handle other people puking very well, apparently. I was like...
Most people don't.
Yeah. No, it's just really funny because it's just like...
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
I was like, I don't really handle me puking very well. Well, I mean, it depends on the situation.
Yeah. But it's just funny because you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Also, someone joked online after that happened. They said, man, they censored the puke. Show's unwatchable.
It's unwatchable. They always censor vomit in Japan. It's really funny.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like the manga...
might even be censored.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, I think the manga...
There's a high chance. I've seen that as a gag before.
Yeah.
In other mangas. I'm pretty sure they've done that in Gintama, maybe.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be shocked if, it's even censored in the manga just to be funnier.
Yeah.
But yeah, they always censor vomit.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to me, you know?
Yeah.
Just because, like, that's not something normally that gets censored out in America.
Yeah.
At least that I remember, you know?
Yeah. Usually they have it just happen, and so it's a little weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have no clue, like... what exactly they were.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never understood what the deal is with censoring the vomit in Japan.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you on that one either. That one's a wild one.
Yeah. Like, most other things make sense, you know? Like, Well, I say that, but, when the show is just a hentai and it's still on TV and the entire screen is censored except for, like, 7 pixels in the top corner.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, because it's like, why are we even fucking airing this?
Why did we...
That's a different reason.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That is fucking dumb.
Why does anime censor vomit? Let's see. There's no requirement to censor vomit, but it's done both for comedic effect and to maintain the aesthetic. Interesting. Of no visceral imagery.
That makes sense.
It is funnier.
Yeah, like when they did the rainbow in My Hero, that was pretty funny.
Mosaic barf was an extension of the meme where mosaics are used to hide or even just imply something too gross to look at. The meme is still used for bad cooking sometimes. That's true. And it's always funny then.
Yeah. It's always fucking
Okay, so it's actually like a bit more of just a joke than any particular reason, which I can get behind.
Mm-hmm.
That actually makes sense now. And my eyeballs.
Yeah, I told him in the end, I was like, look, man, you don't like anime, so you probably won't like this. But,
yeah.
I would tell you to go watch it yourself and form your own conclusion at that point then. Because, like, I already know how you feel about anime. You had a hard time watching Bakano, and Bakano's really good.
Yeah, wow, yeah. If you have a hard time watching Bakano, I can't think of, like, I don't know another anime I'd recommend, like, if you didn't like that one.
Like, he liked it, but it was a little too anime, was what he had said. That was his review.
I think you told me this before, and I'm just like, I guess, I'm like, I don't know what we mean by this. I'd have to hear someone describe that. Because, again, saying something is too anime, it's like, wow, there's a lot of things here, like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Because even, like, the idea of, like, what is anime is unclear.
Yeah.
And so if someone says it's too anime, it's like, okay, now you're just, I need to know what you mean. You can't just say that.
Yeah. I think, after I pried a little further on that, he had said basically there was a lot of, the word I believe he used was in anime, especially in much more typical anime, the acting is a bit more over the top.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like in the sense of like how it's like they get a little like
they get wild,
or like their reactions are a bit too over the top. Like he doesn't like that aspect of anime, and
that's rough. Okay,
because he was like, Bakano doesn't have any of the titillage. It doesn't have
that's what I was trying to think of. What exactly was too anime in this?
Oh yeah, he has made a point that he doesn't like titillage, and he doesn't like anime characters that are going out of their way to try to get with some girl.
Yeah, obviously.
And you
got a new bottle finally.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
And it actually fits in the cup holder too.
That's good.
He basically was talking about like the acting at one point was just a little bit too over the top in a lot of anime. And with Bakano, that makes sense because the characters are all kind of insane.
Yeah, that's part of. I mean, I can actually kind of agree with that. That's almost a staple of anime, but it's like a weird thing to think about because I'm just like, they're just kind of into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're a little bit more.
It's not like reserved. We're not watching Downton Abbey or something.
Yeah, he just again.
I mean, you can get anime that's like that.
Yeah, you can. I think that, but like overall, like that's like I get it. Like especially if like you don't like because he'll watch in the sub, and when it's in sub, it's not as bad because it's like like you're not hearing it in your native language when they get a little too into it, but like sometimes
vlog, how's it going? Sorry,
no, you're good. But yeah, like basically though, like sometimes we'd watch like dub things like that.
Oh yeah.
And when you watch it in dub, because native language sometimes he just doesn't feel like, reading. and then it's all of a sudden like, oh god, you can hear the acting and how it's kind of just a little like outlandish.
Yeah.
It was like when someone told me that they watched Bell sub, loved it, watched it dub because they went with some friends who wanted to watch the dub.
Yeah,
and was
hated it.
Yeah, and there was like, wow, this story is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Because when you say it out loud, a lot of the suspension of disbelief is kind of gone because you're like, oh god, I'm saying it out loud. And you're like,
yeah, it is weird.
It is kind of silly.
I imagine the songs are like not as good for some reason.
Apparently,
I don't really know though.
Apparently,
just because like the words in songs, I feel like the words in Japanese songs don't always make the most sense.
Apparently, so what they did is the person who did the dub song. Mm-hmm. Worked with the person who did the Japanese songs.
Oh, okay. So they kind of rewrote it.
Yeah, they kind of made it so that it would fit better and still keep the same point across.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And the person who sang the English version has a very similar voice. Because I was listening, because Ellen has both the English and the Japanese.
Yeah, I think I heard one time.
And she had You specifically, the parade one or whatever it was called. That song played, and I was like, oh. It kind of just sounds like the Japanese singer speaking in English. Like they got her to sing English, and she's like, "No, it's a different person, actually." Huh. And I was like, "Well, that's pretty crazy." Because but it was weird because I was like, "Oh, I was expecting it to be Japanese." So I was ready to sing along, and then all of a sudden, like, "La la la."
That happens to me too. Yeah, anytime like something comes on in English, I'm just like, "Oh fuck, I don't know the words in English." Mm-hmm. Like, shit. That happens whenever the Kenshin song comes on and you're driving.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know the fucking words in English. I can't sing with this.
Makes me sad, though, too, is I only hear the opening. I never hear the ending anymore whenever I'm driving.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, that ending song was really good. Yeah, that is a good song. Yeah. I had a CD that had like all the openings, endings, and some other songs like back in the day. Yeah, I definitely listened to that CD like a fuckload.
Oh yeah,
some good shit.
Oh man, I remember my mixtapes.
No, I mean this was a bootleg CD that was like a copy of the official one.
Oh, gotcha. I would just
not like one that I made.
No, I did a lot of that back in middle school and high school because I didn't get an MP3 player until senior year of high school.
Yeah, I think that was when I got one because that was when I got my PSP.
Yeah.
Because my uncle got me a PSP and so I was like, oh, I'll snap. I can do anything I want with this thing. It's busted. That thing was busted.
Because, I think, senior year of high school because I specifically I still had my CD player with...
yeah, I had a CD player that I would carry around, so I had a bunch of bootleg CDs.
Yeah, all of the CDs were like burns of like stuff I got from LimeWire. Things like that. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, most of mine were all like knockoff CDs that I bought from the anime store or from online,
Yeah.
Where like the Japanese version's like $50 and then you're getting like the knockoff version for like $15 or something.
Yeah, what I would do is I would just go to YouTube and they didn't have that YouTube to MP3 thing back then, I don't think.
Yeah,
but I would just go to YouTube, just go look up all of the songs from anime that I really wanted.
Oh, you gotta get them off Gendo.
Right now.
Did you ever get them off that?
No.
That's where you get all of them. That website is still up.
Really?
It's still up. I think they still update it too. Huh. Because I feel like I got some newer shit off of there once.
Well, that's nice. But like
5 years ago. Let me go check if it's still up.
Yeah.
So I'm not lying. Right. It should still be. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
No clue. But yeah, I would go.
Gendo anime.
I would get them all from like LimeWire and then.
Boom! Gendo.com. Let's see. Hold on. I think it still works. Let's see if we can go to a show. Do you still have to log in? Hold on. I don't know my login.
Time to make a new one.
All right. I don't know what the last song that was updated on here. What's like a new show? What's it? Hold on. I'm just gonna look and see if there's like Golden Kamuy or some shit.
Yeah.
Does it go by songs? Okay, then I don't know the name of like a Golden Kamuy song off the top of my head.
Never Say Goodbye.
Okay.
That's the one.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah. Or you can do A Long and Winding Road by Man with a Mission.
Yeah. Oh, I like what is it? Six Lie. That one was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that the band name? That's the band name. The singing name is like Hibana, I think. Yeah, I don't think. Most people don't use this website. Yeah, maybe they don't have anything new. I'm not sure. Yeah, because let me just try like searching an anime real quick.
Sure.
And we'll see what comes up. Yeah, I don't know when the last time they were updated was, but if you need anything old, they still have all of it.
Nice.
So
check to see if they have that one song you've been trying to get a better version of.
Oh yeah, that fucking Gunsmith Cats one.
Yeah, that and there was another one.
Oh yeah, I know there was like a Rusei Atsuro one that I was trying to get. Oh, they don't have this one. That's weird.
Yeah,
I'd rather just like go download like a lossless version of the album at this point, though. It's the only issue.
I mean,
oh, that looks so sick in the background like that. I turned around and you hadn't been doing that yet.
Yeah, what was it? I'm just trying to think of like the other ones that were on your list of songs that you had like versions you wanted better ones. Oh, the one from Hibari-kun.
Oh yeah. That's the TV version, I think, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, because
I rarely listen to music on my phone anymore, so
yeah,
it's not like the biggest concern.
No, it was just like one of those things I was just like trying to remember because we were on the site, so.
Yeah, I only had put most of the music back on my phone when we started flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Because, like, well, one, now my headphones are fucked up, so I don't even use them when I walk around the neighborhood. But, two, I usually just would listen to videos when I walked around.
Mm-hmm.
Or whenever I was doing anything. Because that way I could, like, hear what's going on, you know?
Right.
Just put, like, the news on or something else. Something about magic, something about whatever.
Podcasts.
I guess. I don't know. They weren't really podcasts, but
yeah,
at least not all of them.
I always get confused on when someone says something is a podcast. I'm always like, what are we defining as a podcast?
If it says it's a podcast.
Oh, is that it?
That's in my opinion. That's it. Okay. Like straight up.
Because I was always wondering.
Because that's my thing. Like if it says a podcast, then I define it as a podcast.
Yeah, it's because
that's about it.
Because it just feels weird every time I hear that. Because I'm like, you could just say like, radio show
or show or something. Yeah, because like Joe Rogan is. I think it's called Joe Rogan Show or something. But it's supposed to be a podcast. But there's plenty of videos. They're all on video as well. So, but yeah, I just consider if it says podcast in the name or something.
Yeah.
Then it's a podcast. That's kind of my thing. Especially if you're listening to it and then they go like, you can find us on wherever and where you find all these podcasts,
Yeah, it's just weird because podcast is something that like
technically is archaic.
Yeah, because I thought it was like, oh, you have to go to a specific thing like podcast.com or some shit.
Yeah, no, there are aggregates for it now. I think there used to be some sort of thing you had to do with Apple or something. I can't remember like way back in the day because basically, that's why it's a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Is because it's meant to be downloaded and listened to on your iPod.
Yeah, that's what I remember specifically.
And so, but now they have like sites. I know Anchor is one of them, but I don't know any other ones off the top of my head. They're like a kind of platform that you get your podcast on or something. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Because I'll see like YouTube videos and they'll say, this is our podcast.
Yeah, there are people that put them on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Like some of those solo D&D ones that I was just listening to, like that I told you that were like radio shows.
Yeah.
Those were podcasts, but they're also on YouTube. Some of them. Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's just very bizarre. Like,
yeah.
Those things you're just like...
Like I said, I liked those because they're radio shows.
Yeah. Because I like the radio show kind of style because, again, you just, like, it's... Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Like, because I only really listen to some of the people when they play Magic. And the ones that, like, the reason why Bosch and Roll is really good is because, he'll go...
Talks through everything.
Yeah, talks through the play-by-play.
There's a lot of streamers who don't talk for shit while they're on there.
Yeah, that's why I can't, like, watch Yellow Hat unless I'm, like, looking at it.
Yeah, Nassif, yeah. Sam Black is like that.
Yeah.
He's like really good player to watch when he's playing in like a live match or something. But I remember trying to like watch any of his fucking videos on I think Channel Fireball or whoever he was on.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, there's no lighting on him. He's not saying shit. Like, it's horrible to watch.
Yeah, that's why
that's why like Aspiring Spike is better.
Yeah,
he talks about a lot of stuff the whole time he's playing.
Yeah, the only problem.
Bosch and Roller. Yeah.
The only problem I have sometimes with Spike is that like there'll be those times where I'll be like, okay, we're kind of just talking about memes right now.
Yeah.
I was not really prepared for this, or like that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And, Doomwick does that too, but the only reason I don't like watching Doomwick as much as now is because he mainly just plays Pioneer, and that's not a format I want to really get into.
Yeah, I would need like I don't know what's big in that, and I would need to like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I need an entire deck I don't own.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like I already have like a modern deck mostly. You know, it's not very good. I could rebuild Tron and it would still be not very good.
Mm-hmm.
So, but. Like, I'd rather just play Lantern because I like playing... I like the idea of Lantern.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's a lot more, like, incidental artifact hate in places now, but...
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of that now.
Like, I'll just try and deal with it. You just gotta, like, you know, add more surgical extractions and just instantly name it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Once you know how to do that. Not the extractions, the cranial extractions.
Oh, I was thinking Unmoored Ego
surgical. Oh, no, you can't play Unmoored Ego normally in that deck. No. It's normally like an Abzan deck. Unmoored Ego has a blue mana in it, doesn't it?
It's blue-black, yeah.
Yeah.
I just was like, I didn't know which version we were on at this point, because I remember you had played...
Yeah, I just meant like more of that effect. Yeah. More cranial extraction effects.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, you just name them, and you name their win con, and then you just sit back.
Sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Have your opponent tilting off.
So.
Yeah, no, I'm fine watching modern and legacy content. I think that's all I need.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I look at Pioneer and I go, like, this just feels like modern light. And, I mean, you know, if I'm just going to play, you know, modern light, why settle?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I'd play it if maybe there was a deck I liked. Like, I don't think Phoenix is Phoenix still good?
It is. Think? It was winning all...
It's winning, right?
It was winning most of DreamHack, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, that I would play because I already own it, you know? And, like, it's good. But... It depends, like... You know, now I have to have every Friday off. I have to go play every single Friday. Like, I feel like playing at locals isn't worth it unless you can play, like, every single time, you know, to try to get your value back.
That or just,
It's also, there's nothing to go for. Like, there's not much anymore. Like, now that they at least brought those store championships back, you can at least get, like, a really expensive promo. And, like... They're, like, a bit better on having something to do, like, now that, they realize they have to get off their ass after COVID is, you know, like, quote, manageable / over, you know, like, because Flesh and Blood was just like, all right, you guys just want to leave the name Pro Tour on the floor, Grand Prix on the floor, whatever, we'll just take all your shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they were like, well, whatever. I mean, we've got esports, you know? Like, the esports thing, they went so hard on the esports and it failed so poorly. Their brand is just really fucked. And, like, because they don't want to pay anyone.
No.
You know? It's
reasonably
like,
so.
So, like, the World Championship, you win, like, almost nothing. You know, I don't know what it is now. There was a point where it was supposed to be, like, $1 million payout to top whatever. I don't know if it's still that. I don't know how to get to it either. You have to, like... It is a little easier to understand now than when they were trying to do it, like, pre-COVID even, when they were really trying to destroy it.
Yeah.
So, because it used to just be like, you play a lot, you go to a Grand Prix, you get into the Pro Tour. That was it. Mm-hmm. It was easy. You do good enough for the Pro Tour, you go to the World Champs. You know, it's like, whoa, this all makes sense. This is very easy. It's something to work towards.
Yeah.
You know? But now there's, like, nothing to work towards. Like, it's not... You don't need to be the Magic player who wins a lot. You just need to be the Magic player who, like, has a good stream. You know?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know what you're getting. You're not getting anything by, like, playing. You know? You're getting things by making content around the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you're playing the game, but... I think ultimately, I don't know. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's how it feels, at least to me.
No, I get it. Like, it basically just feels like it's pointless to, like, you know, really want to.
It feels like it's pointless to care.
Like, it's pointless to play at high competitive levels anymore because there's not really any incentive.
Yeah, there's not an incentive. There's barely any high level anything to play at.
Yeah.
You know?
Most people, that's why Commander EDH got so popular too, is because since there is nothing like competitive to worry about anymore, might as well just play the casual shit.
Yeah, like the only reason I'd even want to play at
Docs.
Docs is Docs. somewhere. Boardwalk. It's because they have money matches for Legacy, but they said that it's like almost nobody shows up. Like when it was Gunslinger, and like everyone was there and everyone was playing for money, you wanted to win. You cared.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like 50 plus people all playing for money. Like that's an incentive to like get better.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, I don't have it. There's no reason to do that almost. Other than the store championships, which those promos are worth a lot of money. I don't know if you know that.
I've seen a few.
What's his name? The four color fucking guy is like close to $200.
Yeah.
So if you win that, that's like winning, $200. Because I'd fucking sell that shit instantly.
Yeah, there's a lot of like things. I from what I understand is, or from what I kind of gather with Magic in general, is it's no longer something that is trying to support a competitive play style.
Yeah.
And the play style you want, you need to go out and find it, as opposed to it just being there.
Yeah, you have to go now.
Because like with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's still there. Like the competitive scene will always be there.
Yeah, because it's the only thing they have.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're not trying to sell anything else other than, hey, always buy the newest cards and play competitive.
Yeah.
Which is what Magic was trying to sell, and then they realized that it's like, oh, hey, how about you just buy everything we fucking make and stay at your house and play with your friends.
Yeah.
And it makes them more money.
Yeah, it does. And it also makes more sense during, especially when it got expedited. And
and now that they just have reprints of their own that you can buy directly from them. All of that stuff. So, like, they're not going to need local game stores at some point.
Yeah.
Like, if I was them, like, I know they have some of those programs and whatever. That'd be the first thing on my fucking agenda, like, every day. Is like, how are we going to fuck local game stores? Like, how are we going to steal their money? How are we going to put the local game store out of business for Magic the Gathering? Because that's money that's not going into my fifth yacht, Like, I need that fifth yacht. My 8th marriage depends on it.
Right.
So, I mostly need it as the scene of the murder, but...
But yeah, no. So it basically just feels like you have to.
Again, it feels like it's nothing more than something you buy and whatever,
Kitchen table magic.
It has nothing beyond like the very minimal that you're willing to give it at best. Versus like it had something inherent. It feels like it has nothing inherent to it anymore. That's how it feels to me, at least.
That's fair. Again, I'm like, from my understanding and my point of view on this one is that it's like, it's probably, doesn't have as much inherent value as it used to, just based upon everything that's happened thus far and the actual business model is. But that's like, why so many communities, like smaller communities, end up popping up. Like it's why we have our cube. It's why we have, we go to the I was gonna say YCS, God,
just the event, the SCG.
SCG, thank you, God bless.
Yeah, and just play in Legacy or whatever.
Yeah, just kind of play how you want to play, sort of thing, which is like fine for what we're doing. Because again, I don't imagine any of us, suddenly making it.
Not anymore. I thought it would be really fun to do back then, and me and Devin would play like all the time, but just was a pointless fantasy,
Yeah.
So
that, if you get really lucky and end up becoming a streamer who plays Magic for Channel Fireball.
Pretty much.
Right. Yeah, but that's why I think like as long as it's enjoyable, and then it's probably fine for us at least, as opposed to like what's the word I'm looking for, like the collective whole of the game.
Yeah.
As long as you find some sort of fun or some meaning. God, no.
Yeah.
Didn't even touch anything. What the fuck?
I mean, that's kind of anything though.
enjoy proxying decks out too, just being like, so this is what it would feel like to play.
Yeah, right. I mean, if Wizards is just gonna print official proxies, they want you to pay $1,000 for, you know.
Yeah, right. I know I'm not paying that much, but
no fucking way.
Especially when it's like, what is it like? You're not even guaranteed.
Yeah, those were terrible. Again, everyone was talking about it. Everyone's like pretty sure they're just like testing like what is the absolute most egregious fucking thing we could make and try to sell it to people. And so the theory is that like maybe they will pull it back a little after they realize this was just too much.
Yeah.
Like the next one that's like this, if it's something that's even close, you know, let's just say they do like Four Horsemen remastered, you know, or like Arabian Nights remastered or whatever, it's not going to be nearly as fucking shitty as this. Yeah. I mean, it's still a shit concept.
Yeah.
But it will probably be much cheaper, first of all, and then less just pay us for a fucking grab bag, you know?
The grab bag thing is what's really...
Yeah, the grab bag thing is what's particularly fucking egregious. Like, if it was $1,000 and it was just a newer, shittier version of the collector's edition thing they made, like, 20 years ago or whatever, because that's where all those gold lotuses are from and shit.
Yeah.
Is they're from, like, this collection they sold that was all of beta with, like, gold borders. And it was the entire thing. It was just like a box and a chunk, basically. It was the whole thing for, you know, X amount of dollars. I think it was like $70 back then, or $60, or it could be $100. I don't know, but it wasn't $1,000. It wasn't $1,000, and it was a reprint of the entire set, and it was all in gold border. And if they'd have just done that at $1,000, yeah, it would have been $1,000 fucking dollars, but I think people would have at least been a little happier.
People probably would have bought it, yeah.
Yeah, more people would have bought it, is how I'll say that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because you're not guaranteed jack fucking shit in this. No. That's the issue. Like, if you're lucky, you'll get one dual land. Like, 1 to 2 dual lands, I think, because of the higher rate they printed them at. Yeah, no, it's just... I think it's just considered at this point it's considered a failure of a product. Like even in Wizard Standard, that's why they took it off the shop after like a half hour.
Yeah,
because it just wasn't selling, and it's less embarrassing, you know.
Yeah,
to just take it off and just be like, well, that was it. That was the sale.
Congrats, you did it.
Yeah, that was the sale. We're done. Hope everyone had fun, you know.
It sold out so quickly. Wow.
Well, they didn't say it sold out.
I know.
But yeah,
it'd be funnier if they did.
No, they can't. Legally, they can't like say that because then someone can say whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Still would have been funny.
Suddenly, it's a million of them at every fucking event, and it's like, well, I thought this was sold out, guys. But yeah, no, pretty much that's kind of what they're trying to make it seem like without legally saying that.
Yeah.
But basically, just nobody fucking bought it, so they just took it down because they realized it was a failure of a product. I heard their stock is in the dumps too.
Yeah, I heard.
But it's like was riding high from like COVID stuff still. So
yeah, I've heard a lot of. There's always been a lot of rumors about.
And apparently D&D is under monetized, so they have everything to look forward to now. And they were already complaining about wall fatigue.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby, they're in for some fun.
Yeah, I have heard nothing but.
Yeah.
Horrible things.
I imagine one D&D is going to be so fucking filled with microtransactions. Like, that's what I would do. Oh, you want this subclass? Oh, you got to pay us $1. Oh, sorry, the players can't use stuff on the DM's account. They have to have it on their own account, too.
It is kind of funny, though.
$1.
The idea of trying to make paywalls on D&D and shit like that, when it's like,
you're playing make-believe.
Yeah, you're playing pretend.
Yeah, no, that's what's funny. There's a video about that from someone that I watch, and they were talking about that, and they were saying that there's basically 2 types of D&D players. There's the, official by the book, you know? And then there's the, like, folk D&D players is what they called them, where you're just kind of, like, make up whatever you want, kind of, that kind of stuff. Like, everyone's playing it kind of their own way, doing whatever, homebrew, things like that. Because, again, like, if Wizards has everything controlled in one D&D, like, you can't ever, like, homebrew anything, probably.
No.
Like, I don't know how they're going to implement that, you know? Like, does the DM have the power to change some of this stuff, or what, you know? Yeah. Is it fully automated? I don't really know. I haven't listened to everything on it, and technically it's not even out, so...
Yeah. Very bizarre. Just
yeah, right. Yeah, because I imagine that's what I would be trying to do if I was at Wizards. I'd be like, "How are we going to add microtransactions to D&D?"
Yeah, it's very bizarre.
You know, that's what we need to do. They want to use the best items. They got to pay for them. Because the issue that the main issue with is that most of the time the only person spending money in the play group is the DM.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, hey guys, let's all get together and buy the thing, you know?
Yeah,
but yeah, like those books out there, I bought all of those books.
Yeah.
You know? I didn't ask for anyone's money, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's more common. It's like the person who wants to, you know, is the DM generally owns all the books.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was like that in, when I played in Denton. My friends who were the DM, they owned all the books. They had 1 million fucking books.
Yeah.
I didn't own any fucking books. Well, I stole them all. That was the other reason I didn't own any. But
yeah, no, it totally makes sense.
So they have to find ways to make the players buy shit.
Which is just weird, yeah.
Yeah, so if the players aren't buying anything, they're not making, like... They're making, like... shit, you know, a quarter of the money or even less. They could only be making 15% of the money they could be making, depending on the size of a D&D group.
Yeah. Especially because D&D Beyond does let you share everything the DM has because you're in a with a group and things like that.
Yeah, I know it does right now. That's why I was wondering if they were going to, like, get rid of some of that shit, you know?
Yeah, more
like how the, like, Netflix sharing passwords shit happened.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's like, well, they're going to need to have the same subscription level as you, and they're going to need to own the books too, and that kind of thing, you know? Like, I could easily see that happening.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they've already said they're not doing it, though, because, again, I don't listen to those things because they're fucking long.
Yeah.
So...
Do you think people read the, you know, user agreement form?
No. Fuck no, they don't read the user agreement form. The human Sentai pad taught us that.
Yeah.
So
that's funny. I do remember that.
Yeah, I love it. It still can't read, damn it.
It's like that kind of purple. Okay.
The thing is that, like, it really doesn't matter because if you don't agree, you can't use the product.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter what's in it.
I know. That's why it's funny.
I know. That's why I'm just like, okay, sure.
It's also what makes that
it's
so much funnier.
Yeah. Like, if, you know... Like, that's just how it is, you know? People can make it seem like you have a choice, but you really don't, so... There's plenty of things like that.
The illusion of free choice.
Pretty much.
That meme with the
two doors or whatever. Yeah, and it goes to one place.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with much of that because they keep changing a lot of stuff. All I know is that I think they added the monster crits back in.
Oh, yeah.
So.
That'll be fun.
Like, why take them out?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, again, if they don't want the characters to die, that should just be in the rules. It should just say, characters never die. Just make that a rule, or make it a sub rule you can use or something. Just like optional rule, characters never ever die. It becomes like Pokemon where you black out and you end up at the beginning of the dungeon.
Yep.
Just put that in there because that's what people like. A lot of the times, people don't do something unless the book says you can do it.
Yeah, no,
for that
true.
stuff. They don't, like, again, it's not that they, like, don't have the power to think for themselves or whatever. They're just like, oh, this is what it says in the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that makes sense too. I mean, like, people want to be able to follow by the book.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Because, like, most people feel cheated if you're not, like, following the rules.
Yeah. There can be something like that, too, you know? It's like, yeah, if they're worried that fucking little Timmy and Susie, like, spent 17 hours making their fucking tiefling wizard because character creation is so complicated.
Yeah.
Then just have an option where characters never die. Just make that an actual option in the game. You know? You can turn it on or off. It's like in Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fire Emblem has that. Not everyone has to play with it if they don't want to.
Yeah. Which is, none of them seem to be having any problems with it.
Yeah, no one has a problem with it.
So, no.
Like, yeah.
It's silly is what it is. Yeah. No, I get it.
I think that's what I would do, honestly, if I was them. Like, I don't know if anyone suggested that to them or if they thought it up and thought it was stupid, but I would put that in the game.
Yeah.
I would put that in there as an official thing.
I agree with that.
It's like for players and play groups who are very attached to their characters, optional rule: characters never die. Something like that. I would have a name for it, but you know what I mean.
It just makes me think of Overwatch. Heroes never die.
Yeah, something like that. You know, but that they couldn't sue us over.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, that would be in the rules. That'd be an optional play thing. It'd be in the back with like milestone leveling and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I would agree.
It'd be in the back there. And then someone could say, like, well, you know, you can play that way or not, you know? And if your play group doesn't want to play that way and that's how you want to play, well, don't play with them.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
I know they apparently moved subclass features up to like level 3 now to try to like prevent dips.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that just dip like one level into cleric because you get like nuts shit since you can choose like whatever the subclass is, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can do that with so much shit. Like warlock is like that in 5e apparently. It's just like you're playing any class and you might as well just do a 1 level dip just to get Eldritch Blast for free.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why old school's way better.
Yeah, I really like when we were playing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's just so much like, I don't know, I always prefer the roleplay to the roleplay.
Yeah.
That's, I've always been, when it comes to that kind of stuff, just because it's much more, there's more weird shit can happen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, more weird shit can happen. It's always fun.
Mm-hmm. I want to play with some of that new stuff that I got.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know when we'll have a chance to play anything, though.
Yeah. I'll have to figure that out. At some point, at least.
I know the 4 of us could play, like, again, we could just play then on Thursday without Devin, you know? Because, like, otherwise you have to play Sunday.
Yeah, and then we have to stop early, and
Yeah.
Thursday seems fine, yeah. That'd be fine.
So we have to figure out something like that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you guys want to play with just 3 characters. I mean, we'll get hirelings and whatever, but...
Yeah, I'm fine with 3. 3's, to be fair, like, 4 always seems like too much, usually. I know 4 is supposedly like is like the average party size, but...
Yeah, 4 is kind of like the sweet spot, just because... I mean, technically, like, there was only 3 playable classes at the beginning of the game, and then there was 4, so 4 became the sweet spot after that. But...
It's like, look, if 3 was enough...
The game is designed to have a bunch of hirelings, and I didn't add that in, because it's like, we're trying to get used to the game. Like, we could have had hirelings with us in that dungeon, you know?
Right.
But you were saying, sorry, cut you off.
I was saying, if 3 party members was enough for Final Fantasy VII, it's enough for us.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you just get some hirelings and have them help you.
Yeah.
Get some torchbearers, some men-at-arms. Maybe you roll a dwarf, and there's just a dwarf hanging out there, and you're just like, bro, yo, join my crew. And they're like, how much money you got? You know? Because that's what the charisma is for.
Right.
The charisma stat is originally basically for stuff like that, and for like reaction rolls, which I don't really do much, but that's because we're fighting a lot of undead.
Yeah, they don't usually.
Yeah, undead don't have a thing like that. What are you looking for? A certain marker?
I thought I had this second one of these two, but I don't, so we're just going to use this real quick, and then we're going to go move on to the other color here.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what the charisma is for. But yeah, because it's like when you meet
NPCs?
monsters or whatever, yeah, NPCs, anything like that, there's like a charisma, there's like a reaction roll.
Yeah, to let them know if they're actually friendly or not.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, you can do stuff like that.
Yeah,
in the old version, they don't have that in the new version.
Yeah, I liked, because the idea was usually you would be like, you'd come up on somebody and then you'd be like...
Because you do that when you run into the monsters, too.
Yeah.
In the actual rules for what we're supposed to be doing.
Because you would run up on somebody and they'd be like, oh, do you know this person? It's like, I don't know. And then they'd roll and then like, you do know them and they fucking hate you. Yeah,
it could be that, or it's just like, you find some random dude and you're just like, well, what is it, you know? Like, it's like, what's he feeling, man? You know? Yeah. He sees you and he's like, hey, I'm going to kill you. You know? Yeah. Because that's like the in the Futurama, you know, when Gary Gygax rolls, he's like, and he rolls, nice to meet you.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you. That's what he says. Yeah, I absolutely love that scene. So I just thought that was so funny. It's and he rolls, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it's a good gag.
Yeah. I take my mace.
It's got a +2.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's something in the frame here. Probably been there the whole time.
What was it? I've got a +9 against ogres.
Yeah, dude, ogre slaying knife. +9 against ogres. Let's fucking go.
You're not there, man. You're in the bar getting drunk.
You're in the tavern getting drunk.
Well, let me know if there's any girls, because I want to do them.
Horrifying. Oh, I love that fucking video. Horrifying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always forget that her hair has like some kind of purplish to it. Yeah, I always just think of it as black, but it's not like straight black.
Nah. Yeah, so it is a pill whenever a character's hairs are black, and then, you know, they have like weird color palette that goes in it, and you also want to make sure you have the right lighting with the fire and shit.
Yeah, because it's around the edges you can really see the purple in like the art that you have up.
Yeah, and then like some of them, like when she actually does have the fire, you see more of the purple.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, how it goes.
Yeah, because most of the time when people cosplay this character, they just have a black wig.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think it's like that in the live action show too.
Yeah.
It's just a black wig. I still love that they get the hair when they transform in the live action one. It's like, fuck, this actually makes sense.
Now they look like anime characters. Oh.
Like, I just mean it makes sense disguise-wise.
Yeah.
Like, why would nobody, like, think, like, oh, gee, Usagi has fucking Sailor Moon's exact hairdo every fucking day, you know?
Don't even wear masks.
Yeah, they don't wear masks. They don't do shit. Like, oh, who is Sailor Moon? Oh, this fucking person right here. I don't even need to race or X this shit. Yeah, no, you don't even need to do that shit. You just look. Like, hold on, is that a photo of Sailor Moon? This is that bitch right over there. Let's go fucking beat her up, you know?
Why would we beat her up?
Well, I mean, we're the villains.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize that.
You know? We're the law, bringing about justice. The vigilantes that are roaming the city, dude? Can't have that happening. Come on.
That's true.
Come on, man. They're making us look bad.
Anytime someone talks about the police looking bad in an anime, I always think of this scene from Durarara, where the cop cat is trying to catch Celty.
Yeah,
and he talks about like, they always have those scenes where the cops get beat up by the villain, and most people would think that is a bad thing, but I think it's a pretty good thing. You know why? Because it means that it shows how strong the villain is. That if the cops couldn't do it, no one could do it, because the cops are fucking strong.
Yeah.
And then Celty's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And is terrified of police for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Because this man is fucking insane. Legit I don't think he did anything in the entire show.
No, I don't remember him doing jack shit.
He was just legit there for that first episode of the second season.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what? Just there to make Celty have trauma.
Pretty much. Oh.
Yeah, anytime someone mentions that, that's the first thing I think of, is that particular scene.
Mm-hmm. That's looking good. Now it's really coming together right there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, I'll be interested to see how pay-to-play D&D becomes over the next 5 years.
Yeah, or how many people will just go back to being like, oh, we're just going to homebrew it.
Yeah, they're just like, man, fuck it. It's free if I just use 5 ebooks. You know? Like, that's the other thing.
Yeah. Just buy the book at that point.
Yeah, like, they're still going to be printing books, they said. I think they're finally putting codes in the books to get them online. I'm not sure. I feel like I saw something about that.
That's kind
which they should have been doing fucking forever, because you have to buy it and then buy it again online.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why
I was... fucking horse shit.
Which is why I was one of the reasons why I never went into online, is because I had, like, physical books back in the dorm and college, and I was just like, there's no point. I mean, why would I do this?
Yeah, there's no point.
Why would I buy this twice? It makes no sense.
Like... D&D on the computer is good for people who want it, but, like, fuck, I can never play that again.
No, yeah.
Like, it was kind of miserable. It was like, oh my god. I think it was just, like, if it was in person, like, yeah, those games probably would have still been boring, but at least I would have been, like, somewhere else. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
like,
it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, like, here I just feel like, oh, I'm just sitting in my room, and now it's, like, whatever, so...
Yeah, now it's just, you're just here. And
yeah, it was very weird. It was a weird experience. I don't know how to describe it other than, like, I thought it was very weird. I couldn't really get into it as much either.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I cheated on a whole fuckload of rolls that I rolled not in the dice thing. Like, any roll that I didn't roll in the dice thing, I just lied on.
Yeah, also, yeah, because, like, the die app always feels weird because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's only funny because you can, like, type in, like, to roll, like, 80 D6s and then they'll all roll on screen on Roll20, and it's really funny because they fall all over the screen. But...
yeah, and then there's, what is that, the online D&D site, not D&D Beyond, but the, is it Roll20?
Roll20 is the one a lot of people used. That's the one that somebody bought that. Did Wizards buy that too? I don't remember.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I thought they bought that, but maybe I guess they didn't because they made their own VTT. But there's that one, and there's like one or two other ones, but I can't remember the names of them. Roll20 like is really kind of basic, but it's like everyone uses it because it's kind of easy.
Yeah, it's easy for anyone to get in.
Yeah, I forgot what the one we switched to towards the end was. It has like more features. You can do a lot more stuff with like dynamic lighting and all this other kind of things.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I don't know, it wasn't the same. I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get into it very well. It's also because you're sitting in front of your computer. Yeah. Like, it's even worse than having your phone with you when you're playing.
Yeah, because you're just going to be dicking around on the internet.
Yeah, because you're just dicking around. And that's what, like, was happening, was just like, all right, well, I feel like this game isn't going anywhere, and so the temptation to just dick around
is much higher.
Like, when you're in person, you can either, be like, hey, this isn't going anywhere, and, like, it has more weight to that, kind of, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're all in person and someone's just like, hey, guys, we're just fucking around, like, let's do something. Versus when you're online in the Skype chat, it's just not going to feel the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Again, to everyone who plays that way and enjoys it, that's totally fine. I probably would not want to do it that much unless for some reason, like, I became one of those paid DMs.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm still not playing 5e.
Yeah. Every time I see 5e get played, I'm always like, man, there's a lot of stuff in this.
Yeah, it's that there's a lot. It's also, like, I don't know. I find it hard to watch. Mostly because, like, I find a lot of the D&D, like, things hard to watch. I think I mentioned this, and this is why I like the solo one. Because it's like, if I'm watching the people, all of these people all playing, it just makes me, like, I'd rather just be playing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to just feel like, oh, I'm sitting at someone's house and they're having fun without me.
Yeah.
Like, in that kind of thing. Like, if it's something I want to be doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because, like, most of them are just, like, I don't want to say, like, too focused on being funny or too... You know what I mean? I don't know. Something. It's like... I feel like it's less on the game.
Yeah, they're not really playing it.
Yeah, like, not to be snobby. And, like, when you're doing it, it's... You know, it's one of those things where it's like, well, if me and my friends are doing this, it's fine.
Look, I got you.
I can't get it.
I've got the perfect analogy.
Okay, what is it? Tell me.
Sword Art Online.
Fuck, you're right.
Now, remember the creator.
Yes.
Kirito said the most boring thing to do is watch someone play an MMO.
Yes. Done. Fucking done. Fucking done. And that's why the first half of the first season of Sword Art is actually fucking pretty good. Mm-hmm. If that was all that was ever made of Sword Art, I'd probably be like, you know, Sword Art Online wasn't that bad.
No, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would
be like,
probably
I liked it. I would just be like, hey, everyone should watch this. Yeah. You know?
I would say, yeah, I'd probably agree too. But it kept going.
Yeah, and then it doesn't go anywhere. It kind of sucks, and then apparently it gets better later, but I don't really care at any point now.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Yeah, it's too late for me to give a shit now at this point. It's the real issue.
You
like, maybe I'd watch the one with the gun girl, because, you know, Kirito's not in it. But even then, I just don't care. And I already saw the scene from the movie where you see, like, Asuna's boobies, so...
Yeah, so I don't really need anything else.
Yeah, I don't need to see it. You can see her boobies and her butt.
Damn.
In one scene, you know, and it's like... All right, sure, yeah.
Yeah, it happened, man.
All right.
Look, man, Sword Art Online.
The Sword Art Online movie where you see her boobies and her butt happened, man.
It happened.
It happened. I don't know if it was good or bad, but it happened. I don't, you know? I don't have any opinion on this woman's boobies or butt one way or the other, but they happened.
It did happen, yeah.
They fucking happened.
It happened.
Deal with it. But yeah, it's true though.
The most boring thing.
Because watching it, when you're watching it, it's really boring. But when you're like there playing, even if you're, you know, sometimes you look over see what your friends are doing or whatever. Like, if you're playing with your friends, it's not as bad.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, just like someone is playing, it's got to be like something intense going on.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe if, I don't know, let's just... Like sometimes I can watch Devin do something on whatever he's playing, but even then it's just kind of like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, it really just depends on what the game is.
Yeah, it really depends on the game.
Because, there's like plenty of games that you're just like, you know, the cool things are happening, but you're like, man, I would rather be playing this than watching it.
I'd either rather be playing this or doing something else right now.
Because, like, a lot of times when I watch people play games, I'm always like, you know, like, oh wait, why are they doing it this way when this thing exists here, or do they not know? And then you start feeling like you're gonna be a backseat gamer, so you just go play it yourself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, or like I'll just be watching and then I'm like, you know, if I wouldn't play this, why am I even watching it? That happens to me a lot, where it's just like, well, if I'm not gonna play this, why would I even want it? Like, if I don't want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I was just thinking, like, oh, I would never fucking play this game in my life.
Yeah.
Like, the only exception is, like, speedrun stuff, because I'm not, like, hearing about how it works. You know, it's basically, like, a documentary, you know?
Like, the history of the Hobbit speedrunning is very similar to the history of the printing press, you know, in that way. Of, like, it's something that is happening and I can listen to it, you know?
Still sad that the puppet show is not about the history of actual puppets.
Bro...
I saw a thing for it earlier today where like, there was a weird thing where it just said season 1 is like this and season 5 is like this. And I'm like, I don't understand this. I'm going to send this to Jamie. But at the same time, I'm like, man, it still isn't even like what I want it to be.
It's not what I want it to be. It's like how Dr. Stone wasn't what we wanted it to be.
No.
And we stopped reading.
Yeah.
And I never regretted it.
And neither did I.
Yeah. And you only ever see that one girl in a picture with her butt.
Yeah.
I've never seen official artwork of her that also isn't her just like shoving her ass at the camera.
My favorite thing, though, too, is that now that the series is over, I've never once been asked for
it's true.
For any Dr. Stone merch.
I think there's been a few times you've been gone and I've been asked, but it's much less.
Yeah,
I think there's supposed to be another season again soon, but I don't know.
Yeah, but the manga ended, so...
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's a slow decline in
Yeah.
fandom death.
Yes.
So goes the fate of any anime made after 2020.
Yep.
I think 2014 is like the super official deadline probably. But like, yeah, if you're in that 2011 to 2014 area, you're on thin ice. So, because even like Kill La Kill is really good, but Kill La Kill is from after that.
Yeah, it's 2013?
Yeah, it's something like that.
2012, 2013, because I know I was in college when it was coming out.
It's somewhere in there. It's in that area. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So like, but it's still pretty big. Or I say big, but it's still memorable. You know?
People still quote it.
Yeah, people know it.
Yeah.
You know? But like, shit, man, some of these fucking shows that just come out, they'll be big for like, what feels like 3 weeks and then that's done.
I do think it's funny though, is everyone keeps thinking Makima is just going to be the waifu of the season, and I'm like, oh boy. Y'all are not ready. Right. Just like all the people from Jujutsu Kaisen that only watch the anime.
That are going to dump the anime instantly.
Oh, yeah. Once they see that second season.
Yeah.
Once it happens, man.
Yeah, man.
Once the Shibuya arc, the Shibuya incident arc happens, man.
Everyone's going to be dumping this show because they just can't handle it.
Yeah. I can only hope that...
They're going to be like, it was just too real for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it.
I can only hope that the creator is just like, thank God fucking people dropped this shit.
That's hilarious, yeah.
Because he seems like the type.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just remember there was like all the dumb shit he's like done or gotten like involved in just by being kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Like there was one time where he was working the Shonen Jump booth, and since no one really knows what he looks like,
oh really?
He's just there. Like
that's really funny. Oh my god!
So everyone thinks he's just like some normal, like employee.
Some normal guy. Yeah. Holy shit, that's fucking funny.
Yeah. So he's just like talking. There's a bunch of stuff in the back of one of the books where he's talking about like his time at the event.
That's amazing.
And all the people are like saying, "Hey man, you got any like where's like all the good Demon Slayer merch?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's actually over there." And he points like directly outside. Yeah, he was talking about how he would just play like.
Holy shit, that's funny.
He would also be recommending Jujutsu Kaisen to them.
Oh, like I bet.
Yeah, he was just like, "Yeah, that's an alright series. Have you read Jujutsu Kaisen?" Like,
I feel like I'd be tempted to try to shit talk and see if people take the bait.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, man, Jujutsu Kaisen's not even good. You know?
Yeah. No, he's
it would be really funny.
No,
just to see that happen.
No, honestly though, he wouldn't be able to handle it because he's like, I know
he is an artist.
No, I know for a fact that he sometimes thinks about whether or not his show is good enough every once in a while. So it's like just like now he doesn't have the fucking balls to try to make someone come out and say that his show is bad because it will emotionally destroy him.
That's funny.
It's like, no, I know this will wreck me. I won't ask.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, he was just fucking around. It was really funny. Because then his editor came back and said, "Hey man, you been doing a good job here?" He's like, "Oh yeah, totally. Been doing great.
Doing fine.
Doing great. And then he posted that stuff in his like in the actual book at the end of it. And his editor was like, "Yeah, so my editor is finally seeing these for the first time. So shit."
That's really funny.
Yeah, he's an asshole. I love it. Like, just likes to fuck around. Yeah. I can't think of anything else.
Did you do the whiteout?
Yeah, I did a few bits.
I saw you do a little bit. I don't know if you need to do any more.
Try.
If you don't need to, you don't have to, but...
Yeah, I'm just gonna... That's, I think it's like a plane coming from outside.
Something weird, yeah. Usually I don't get any planes that low or whatever.
Yeah.
Just making that. I think it looks really good. Oh, some extras there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the more intense shadows would be.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
There.
Yeah, there we go. Looks good.
Oh, yeah, one last thing.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, that was really fucking good.
Yeah, this character was a lot of fun. This used to be my favorite Sailor Scout when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really cool. I just always have liked Mercury and Uranus. I don't know what it was.
Yeah. It was like when you're a kid and you know, I won't say you're foolish or anything like that, but
No, I've been through this with Magic Knight Rare. Continue.
Yeah. Where it's, you know, you pick it because it's, you know, it's the first thing you think of. Oh, you know, I don't think they actually sent out a... No, I was wondering why no one showed up. I don't think it ever sent out that we're live.
That's weird.
Oh, it did. Maybe? Because I never got the notification. Well, either way, you know, Young, I liked the characters that were a lot more proactive, I'm going to use that word. And Mars was much more of a do something character. That's why Mars and Jupiter were much more my wheelhouse. And then, you know, you get older and you're like, oh, no, Uranus is the best one. Yeah, never mind.
I like Sailor Mercury because she was the smart one.
Yeah. But I'd always been a fan of characters that were proactive, and that's why Mars.
And then I liked Uranus because she was really fucking cool.
Yeah, she just is.
I'm like, this girl just exudes coolness. She just
drips.
Yeah, just drips it. Like, my God.
Fucking cool.
Like,
everywhere.
lesbian fucking icon. Like, shit makes me want to be a lesbian.
I know.
God damn.
I know.
Like, fuck, man. I'm getting lesbian envy here.
Yeah. I do, I still have a fondness for this character, though.
Oh, yeah, no, she's great. I think she has some of the cooler looking attacks. Again, the one where, like, when she goes like this and the camera sweeps in, she's, like, doing the prayer and sweeps in like that.
And has a cool, like,
looks so cool. Yeah, the little ball, like, spins above her thing. Yeah, looks beautiful. Like, the fire is really dynamic and everything. And she's a fun character, too, so.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really, like, hate any of them.
No. Again, like, you can't really hate them. It's just more of like, who do you like the most?
Yeah, who do you like the most? And like, and you hate Sailor Moon's dub voice. If you that's the one. Yeah. That's it. Like, straight up.
Darian.
Oh my God. Oh no. I feel like I can't not remember if this is true or not, but I feel like Chibi Moon's voice might be almost worse, but then I think back and I'm like, the fact that I can't even remember it over this voice means there's no fucking way. I just remember Mike talking shit where he was always like, again with the fucking Pegasus. Like, in that one season.
Yeah.
It's like, always with the Pegasus.
It's always the Pegasus. Everybody with Pegasus say yeah.
Right.
But it's usually just... I feel like the only scout everyone is usually on board hating is probably Chibi Moon.
That's true. Although Chibi Moon did have a gun in that one scene.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
It's
much.
it's the Scrappy Doo philosophy.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know,
Anytime you have a Scrappy Doo character,
anytime there's a Scrappy Doo character, people are usually just like, I'm not feeling this character.
I'm not feeling it. I don't like this.
They rarely feel the Scrappy Doo, which even though
They keep doing
I
it.
absolutely loved Scrappy Doo when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So.
It's just very bizarre because they keep trying to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for some reason they think it'll work this time. No, it doesn't.
No, never does.
But yeah. All right, I guess that's what we're gonna call it for tonight then.
Yeah.
It is weird that it didn't send out a notification.
It is really weird.
But
It's done that before.
yeah, it happens a few times here and there, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll be back on Saturday. And Saturday, I'll try to do 2 since we start at 7.
Yeah.
I'll probably do. That'll probably be when I do Uranus Neptune.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, if they were like only going to take you about an hour and a half.
Yeah, since we start at 7.
Yeah,
like 10.
You should be able to end around 10:30.
Yeah,
So
should be good.
all right then. Yeah, I'm gonna head out. We're gonna head out. I'm gonna sign off. So everyone have a great night. Enjoy Funky Space Wizard Battle.
Yep, and we'll see you in the next one.